Good morning and welcome into today's Cowboys Report presented by Manscaped. Smooth Sack Summer is winding down, but you can still save 20% off and get free shipping on all of their top-of-the-line men's grooming products over at manscaped.com when you use promo code Cowboys. Some breaking news this morning from Dr. Jerry, or maybe it's the used cars salesman, Jerry. We'll find out, I'm sure, at some point. The Cowboys are not going to put Dak Prescott on injured reserve, which is a pretty big shocker, given what we had known about the injury beforehand, although it is the Cowboys with injuries. Do we really trust them? Yeah, it's a little dicey there. The Cowboys, according to Jerry Jones earlier this morning, are not going to put Dak Prescott on IR. They think he can return sooner than they had originally thought. The original timeline was 6 to 8 weeks, and obvious put him on IR, bring him back after that. The Cowboys, though, are saying that they could foresee Dak Prescott playing with the next 4 games, which would be a rapid timeline relative to the injury, and reminds me of the Drew Brees coming back from his injured thumb. It's going to come down to, hey, can he actually physically grip the football? Can he find a way to some pain tolerance, but be able to grip the football and throw it normally? That, I think, is still a pretty big question mark here. Now, when Cowboys news happens, we break it down. Hit that big red button and subscribe at youtube.com/CowboysTV. Sometimes the news changes. That's what's going on here with Dak Prescott and his apparent injury recovery timeline. Here's what Jerry Jones said today. We want him to be in consideration for playing within the next 4 games. We feel very good after surgery, after listening to the medical people, that Dak has a real chance to be back out there throwing the ball pretty quick. We feel better about it than we did Sunday night. Now, is this Jerry Jones, don't come to the game still, we'll be back soon? Or is it oh no, it's really actually great, I'm doctor from my Harvard University degree? I don't know. We'll find out there. He's out week 2. I know the surgery is allegedly a 2-week let it heal timeline, so he's out week 3. I don't see any scenario he's back week 4. I think your best case scenario is he's back week 5 at the LA Rams, which, by the way, is maybe not the game I want to bring him back for, but that's the point. IR is a 4-week stint, so I probably would have put him on IR and just not brought him back, unless you actually think he's playing in week 4 or in week 5. I don't know if this is really the right move, and I don't know if he's actually going to be back within week 5. There's a lot of added risk involved here. Also some benefits if he can return and your offense suddenly looks a little bit better there. So here's our first question. The Cowboys lie about injuries all the time. The ACL's intact. Well, it turns out Tyron Smith's hamstring's off his knee, and he's out for, mid part of the year. I don't think he's coming back this year. We've known them to not exactly be truthful before about a variety of Dak injuries. Dak himself has not been truthful about his own injuries. So do we believe the Cowboys that Dak Prescott could really play in the first 5 weeks, or the first 5 weeks of the year, back in 4 weeks? Y for yes, N for no. It's the pinned comment. Take advantage of it. Head down there, type in Y for yes, N for no. I would be lying to you if I wasn't worried they're rushing Dak back. Here's my concern, right? Dak Prescott comes back. He fights through it because he's a competitor. I get all of that. I know he's pushing to play as soon as possible. Gets back out there, and he just can't quite grip the football the way he needs to. And the results are not that good. If your thumb is messed up, you have a tough time throwing the football properly. So my concern is they rush Dak back, and he looks bad, and it's not good play, and now you're trying to figure out your offense with a still not healthy Dak. Remember that Eagles game, 2018, I think it was? 2019? Yeah, I think that's right. Whatever it was, that they lost to Philadelphia, and they missed the playoffs in that game. That game, Dak's shoulder was messed up. He was on all kinds of injections to get him to fight through the pain, played like crap. Shoulder wasn't right. I'm worried it's more of the same here, or that they're just not going to be able to push the ball downfield at all because he can't grip the football right. On the other hand, I get this too. They're trying to save their season, right? That makes sense. That they're trying to find a way to save the year. Because if you got to play, we talked about this, right? If you got to play Cooper Rush, Will Grier, it's going to be Rush, by the way, for 5, 6 games, 7 games, how many of those are you going to win? 1, 2, maybe? All of a sudden, you're staring down the barrel of a 2-6 start, and you got to go 1 loss, 2 losses the rest of the way to have any shot at the playoffs. So I get why they're trying to save their season. I don't want to jeopardize like the nightmare is he gets hit again and the injury's even worse, and now he's out for the year, and now you have no idea what you've got because he's been hurt again. That's the pros and cons here. I hope they handle it correctly. Let's put it that way. So make your predictions for me. How many games will Dak Prescott miss this year? Let me know in the comments section how many you think Dak will end up missing. Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it more than that? Let me know in the comments section. Let's talk more Dak Prescott here because overall for his career, the numbers do not lie. The eye test of those people who are smart out there, he's been really good. He's been a top 10 quarterback. He's been awesome. There's also been this factor. And I made the comment, I think it was yesterday, is 4 injuries in 3 years. I forgot about that shoulder injury. It's really been 5 injuries in 4 years. And that's a bit of a red flag to me at this point for where the Cowboys sit. Like, that's the issue, right? And you throw this on. He was not good at all in week 1. That was one of the worst games I've seen Dak Prescott play. We can absolutely say the play calling was bad, and the receivers were bad, and the offensive line did not do its job very well either. I mean, there's a hold right there, by the way, on your screen. Like, that's a hold. That lineman has that hand on. He's behind the defender. Like that's holding, plain and simple. So, but Dak wasn't good. He didn't look comfortable. He didn't look confident. Nothing went right from that standpoint. It was a pretty rough showing. Now, what has gone right, hopefully, is smooth sack summer for you guys. It is winding down, but it's not too late to make sure your balls are nice and smooth. You're having some success off the field. Manscaped.com, 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code Cowboys. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need. You've got the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker Trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, to be clear, the Ball Toner, Ball Deodorant. They've got everything you need there. Oh, the most comfortable boxers under mankind as well. 20% off and free shipping at Manscaped.com. 20% off. Free shipping, but you got to make sure you use promo code Cowboys over at Manscaped.com. That link will be in the comments section and in the description. Looking ahead now, the Cowboys have to juggle their roster a little bit more here. Because if you're not putting Dak on IR, that does not free up a practice squad spot. Or a roster spot to promote someone from your practice squad, I should say. So your quarterbacks right now are Cooper Rush and Will Grier, neither of whom are on your active roster. I had assumed you were going to take this approach, right? You were just going to put Dak Prescott on IR, promote Cooper Rush to your game day roster, and then call up Will Grier. Well, you can't call up all 3 guys. You have a maximum of 2 players you can call up. I would assume that it was going to be Rush getting the active roster call up, but now you got 3 guys you got to promote this week. Cooper Rush, Will Grier, Brett Maher. One of those guys must be promoted to your active roster. Here's another complication the Cowboys face right now. Connor McGovern's injury. High ankle sprain. He's going to miss anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks. Cowboys said 2 to 4. If it's an actual high ankle sprain, that seems a little bit high. And you're thin on your interior offensive line. Matt Farniok is your only other interior offensive lineman you have. Josh Ball, Matt Letzko are tackles. They haven't played guard. So you need to get another guard now on your roster. So I think McGovern should go to IR. I really do. And then you could promote Cooper Rush from the practice squad. You need one more move, though. Maybe you put Terrell Basham or Jaron Kearse on IR, but it's 2 to 4 weeks for Kearse. You want to put him there? It's a thigh bruise for Terrell Basham. It'd be roster manipulation, but you're deep at defensive end. That makes sense to me. But you got to have either an active roster spot for Will Grier or Brett Maher and a practice squad or active roster spot for either Alec Lindstrom or Dakota Shepley on your practice squad, because you don't have the guards right now. Jason Peters probably not ready. Also, playing him at guard didn't work very well. So the roster juggling is not set in stone. There will need to be some more moves made here by your Dallas Cowboys in the coming days. Now, before we go, final quote from Jerry Jones. It can be looking very dark for you, and then it can go positive in an instant. We have a lot of really top football players. We have an outstanding group coaching them up. We got a lot of positive things we can do. Jerry Jones, my friends, is in salesman mode. And this is a used car this year for the Cowboys. And I don't know about the engine right now. Are you sure it's good? I'm not sure I'm buying what Jerry Salesman's done. At his core, Jerry Jones is a salesman. A very good one, mind you. But that's what he is at his core. I'm not sure I'm buying what he's selling this year. So with that in mind, and in light of the Dak Prescott injury timeline, predict the Cowboys record for me in the comments section. Let me know what you think it'll be whenever Dak gets healthy and back.